For 7 years, I thought I had the perfect marriage. Mark was everything I ever wanted in a partner: attentive, loving, and my biggest supporter. He'd bring me coffee in bed every morning and leave little notes in my lunch bag. Our friends called us the power couple, the ones who had it all figured out. Looking back, it was all a perfectly constructed lie, and I was the star of a show I didn't even know I was in. The first crack in the facade appeared on our anniversary. Mark had planned a surprise weekend getaway. He told me he had a big work presentation and would meet me at a cabin later that evening. I spent the day decorating, excited for our romantic celebration. But as the hours ticked by, his phone went straight to voicemail. Panic started to set in. I called his office, and his colleague told me something that made my blood run cold. The big presentation had been last week. That night, he finally stumbled in, smelling of cheap perfume and whiskey, slurring an apology about a last-minute client dinner. My heart knew the truth, but my mind refused to accept it. I wanted to believe him, to hold on to the perfect image I had of our life together. But the seed of doubt had been planted, and it started to grow fast. I began noticing small things: late-night work emergencies, secretive phone calls he'd take in another room, and a new password-protected folder on his laptop. One afternoon, while he was in the shower, his phone buzzed on the nightstand. A message popped up on the screen from a name I didn't recognize. "Can't stop thinking about last night," it read, followed by a heart emoji. My world shattered into a million pieces. It felt like I couldn't breathe. The man I had built my life with, the man I trusted with my entire soul, was living a double life. The confrontation was uglier than I could have ever imagined. The loving husband I knew was replaced by a cold, defensive stranger. He didn't deny it. He told me it had been going on for over a year with a woman from his gym. He said he felt trapped, and that this was his escape. Trapped? I had given him everything. I supported his career, I managed our home. I was his partner in every sense of the word. His betrayal wasn't just about the affair. It was about the years of deception, the thousands of little lies that had built the foundation of our so-called perfect marriage. Walking away was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It felt like tearing a part of myself away. The first few months were a blur of tears, anger, and overwhelming grief. I felt lost and completely broken. But slowly, with the support of my friends and family, I started to pick up the pieces. I rediscovered parts of myself I had lost while trying to be the perfect wife. I started painting again. I took that solo trip to Italy I'd always dreamed of, and I learned to find happiness within myself, not in someone else's approval. It's been 2 years now. The pain is still there sometimes, a dull ache that reminds me of what I lost. But it's also a reminder of what I gained: my strength, my independence, and my self-worth. I learned that you can't build your happiness on someone else's promises. True happiness has to come from within. If you're going through something similar, please know that you are not alone, and it is not your fault. The path to healing is long, but you will come out stronger on the other side. Thank you for listening to my story. Please subscribe for more stories of strength and survival.